All right, so you're thinking about making money online next year in 2025?
Who isn't right?
It can feel like you're just drowning in information overload out
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
So we did a deep dive into a podcast all about this exact thing called How to Make Money Online in 2025, Best Side Hustles and Passive Income.
Catchy title.
Yeah, and we wanted to pull out the most useful stuff so you can actually start earning online, maybe even by next year.
Yeah, I think we could definitely do that. The podcast does a good job of laying out some of the popular methods, but what I thought was really interesting is how it highlighted how technology is changing the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not just about making things easier, but it's also opening up totally new avenues that maybe people haven't even thought of.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about freelancing.
Okay.
So the podcast mentions the usual suspects, Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer. Those are good places to start.
Yeah, definitely. If you've got a skill, you can put it out there.
Exactly. Writing, design, coding, whatever you're good at.
And what's cool is you don't always need a fancy degree or anything.
Right.
It's more about your portfolio, what you can actually do, and what your clients say about you.
Yeah, they really emphasize that a lot.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of technology, remember they talked about AI tools like ChatGPT?
Oh, yeah, for writing and stuff?
Exactly. They could really help freelancers, pump out more work or even take on projects they wouldn't have been able to before.
But I guess that also means you got to be even better.
Totally. Because everyone's going to have access to these tools, so the bar for quality and originality, that's going to be higher than ever.
So true.
You got to stay ahead of the curve.
Okay, so next they talk about affiliate marketing, which I always think is interesting.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
So basically you promote other companies' products.
Like on Amazon, right? Or Duraz or ClickBank.
Exactly. And for every sale you make through your special link, you get a commission.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so appealing for a lot of people. The podcast highlighted that potential for passive income.
Yeah, you do the work up front, and then ideally you can just kind of sit back and watch the money roll in.
Well, not exactly. You're not really just sitting back.
Yeah.
It does take effort to build up that content, whether it's a blog post or social media recommendations, whatever it is. It has to be good enough that people actually click on your link.
That's true.
But the idea is that once it's out there, it can keep working for you over time.
I feel like that's the dream for so many people.
Yeah, for sure.
So now let's talk about YouTube and content creation.
Right.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, I get that.
But the podcast brought up some really cool tools like Synthesia for AI voiceovers.
Oh, yeah. And Pictory for video editing.
So you don't even have to show your face if you don't want to.
And you know what else is huge these days? TikTok and Instagram Reels. Short-form video is blowing up.
True. You can get brand deals or monetize your content. You could even sell courses through there.
Exactly. It's really interesting how accessible content creation has become. You don't need a Hollywood studio anymore.
Just good ideas.
Exactly. Even simple content that's engaging and authentic can find an audience.
Yeah, and that makes me think what could I create? I mean, everyone has something they're passionate about or knowledgeable about.
Right, and that leads perfectly into our next topic, selling online courses.
Yeah, the podcast talked about that. If you're really good at something, you can literally teach others and get paid for it.
Yeah, like maybe you're an Excel whiz.
Or a Photoshop master or a sourdough bread baking guru.
Whatever it is, you can package that knowledge into a course and sell it on platforms like Udemy or Teachable.
That's so cool. I mean, think about it. What are your friends always asking you for help with?
Exactly. That could be your online course right there.
All right, so last but not least, the podcast covered drop shipping and print on demand.
Ah, yes, the no inventory model.
Exactly. You basically set up a shop online, maybe on Shopify or Etsy.
And when someone buys something, your supplier takes care of everything.
Yeah, they ship it directly to the customer.
So you don't have to deal with inventory or shipping yourself.
Which is a huge barrier for a lot of people.
Absolutely. So you can just focus on marketing and making sure your customers are happy.
That's amazing. Okay, so just to recap, the podcast gave us 5 main ways to potentially make money online in 2025: freelancing, affiliate marketing, YouTube and content creation, selling online courses, and drop shipping and print on demand.
It's a pretty solid list. And I think what ties all these together is that you're using your skills and interests.
Yeah.
And technology is there to help you along the way.
Okay, so here's a question for you as you're listening to this. What's one skill or interest you have that you could actually see yourself turning into an online income stream?
That's the real question, isn't it?
Exactly. That's something to think about.
Yeah, food for thought.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.